Year 6, it's Miss Johnson here, and this video is going to show you all of your arithmetic tasks for this week. Okay, so today is Monday the 11th of January, and I know how much all of you enjoy this Among Us game. So today's lesson is that you have got to find the imposter. So there are calculations here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You've got 10 calculations that you need to go through and check. The imposter will be, there are 2 imposters. So you have got to find 2 imposters. And these imposters will be that the answer is incorrect. Okay, so you need to find out, go through all of those individual calculations, and you need to work out the imposter. Okay, so just to remind you, especially on this one, and there is one more, this one, and this one. So this is all your fraction work, okay? So where you're multiplying 2 fractions together, where you are dividing a fraction by a whole number, and then when you are subtracting fractions, okay? You should all remember how to do that. However, I'm going to put some prompts on the website to help you, to just rejig your memory a little bit to remind you. Okay, so remember, you are going to find out the imposter, and I need to see all of your working out for all 10 questions, please. There are 2 imposters that you need to tell your teacher who they are. Okay, so that is Monday's lesson. Now, I don't expect you on Monday to watch the whole of this video. You can pause this now, and you can stop it now actually for Monday, and then you can come back to the video tomorrow and watch Tuesday's lesson. Okay, so have a fantastic time finding out who the imposter is, and we are really looking forward to see whether you've got the right answer or not. Okay then, so on Tuesday, the 12th of January, you have got tough 10 questions, okay? Now these questions aren't really that tough, especially for you super duper lot. So what we're going to do then, you've got some squared numbers, you've got short division, you've got subtraction, you've got dividing by 1,000, and your maths work from last week should help you with that one. You've got multiplication, you've got multiplying by 100, so again, your maths work from last week will be helping you with that one. Here you've got long division, so I'm going to show you how to do long division here so we can all do question 7 together. You've got subtraction again, but this time from whole numbers and decimals. You've got adding fractions, but that's nice and easy because you have got the same denominator. And then here you've got a balancing question. So 2 times 3 equals the same as 30 subtract something. You've got to work out that, which we'll go through as well. So let's do number 7 together today, because I know that some of us found long division a little bit tricky. So let's get my number that we are dividing is 744, and we are dividing that. So let's just draw my division. Oh dear, that's not very straight. There we go. I'm just going to move those numbers across a little bit. Okay then, so 744, and we are dividing by 31. So 31 is your divisor. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know my 31 times table. So I'm going to do what we've done before, and that's partition. So where you have got 30 and you have got 1. Okay. So I'm just going to move this over. So this should become more familiar to you when we start doing it in a moment. Okay then, so I know that 30 is 10 times 3. Okay, and that would equal 30. Okay then, so I know that that's 10 times 3, but to help me with my long division, your partitioning, we're going to partition that even further. So we've got 31, so you've got 30 and you have got 1. So an add symbol is going to go in between. There we go. This is so much trickier. Excellent. Okay, so 31 is 30 add 1. And then we're just going to go and keep going down. So I'm going to go in my 30 times table. Now I know that 30 is 10 times bigger than 3. So if I go in my 3 times table, so 30, 60, 90, 120. If I just get rid of that 0, I can see that I've got 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, so if you're dividing if you're doing your multiplication, and you can see that it's 10 times bigger, remember from your maths work from last week as well. So I'm going to keep going down. So then I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, but I know it's 150. Then it will be 18, but it's 180. Then it will be 210. Now I can see here that my number is 744. So I'm going to have to go quite the way down into my 3 times table. Okay, so you might want to pause this video here just while I catch up all the way up to 700 and something, because it might be a bit boring just watching me do my 3 times table. Okay then, so I have gone all through my 30 times table all the way up to 750, because I know that my number is not going to go above that. And then just down the other side, so in my 10s column I'm going up in my 30s, but then in my 1s column just going up in my 1s. Okay then, so I can now start my long division. So my first question is, how many 31s go into 7? Now I know that that's going to be 0 straight away, because in my 31 times table it starts at 31. Okay, so I'm not going to forget about that 7 though, but I'm not going to move it small. I'm just going to keep it where it is, and I'm going to go, how many 31s go into 74? Now I haven't done is added my 2 numbers together. So for example, here I've got 31, then I've got 62, so this is my 31 times table. Then I've got 93, then I've got 124, 155, 186, and so on. Okay, so here I've just added my 10s and my 1s, and this is my 31 times table. Okay, so I'm then going to see how many times 31 goes into 74. I can see 31, 62, 93. Now 93 is too big, so I'm going to go back to that 62, and that is 2 times. So I will put my 2 above there. Now I need to do multiplying. Alright, so this is where your long division comes in. So 31 times 2, and I know my answer is 62. So I'm going to put that underneath the 74. And I'm then going to subtract. Okay, so hopefully you should all remember how to do long division. There we go. So I'm going to subtract those 2 numbers. So 74 subtract 72. I'm going to put my equal sign there as well. There we go. So 4 subtract 2, I know the answer is 2. And then 7 subtract 6, I know the answer is 1. Now I can't forget now what's the next step that I need to do, and I'm hoping that I should be able to do, nearly, got to turn it that way round. Oops. There we go. So now I've got to bring that 4 down. So my next, there we go. I now need to do how many 31s go into 124. Oh, straight away I can see that 124 is in my 31 times table. So I can go 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. And that would be the answer at the top there. Okay. Then just to finish it off, you would also do 31 times 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 124. Which we've just worked out, and you would subtract that away from each other again, just to finish it all off. And I know the answer is 0, but this just proves that you can do, long division. So I know that 4 subtract 4, the answer is 0. I know that 2 subtract 2, the answer is 0, and I know that 1 subtract 1, the answer is 0. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So that's helpful in question number 7. Hopefully that will make it a little bit easier when you next have to do long division. And then question number 10, 2 times 3. So we should know that 2 times 3, the answer is 6. But it's a balancing equation, this is. So it equals the same as 30 subtract something, which equals 6. So what do you need to subtract from 30 to give you 6? Okay, so remember, this answer is 6, but also the answer on this side needs to be 6 as well. So 30 subtract something equals 6. So I hope that helps you with that question on there. So have a happy Tuesday arithmetic lesson. Remember, you don't have to watch all of this video at once. You can pause this now once you finish listening to it on Tuesday, and then come back to it tomorrow for your Wednesday's lesson. Okay then, so it is Wednesday the 13th of January, and today you are going to be practicing some arithmetic style questions on LBQ. So there will be an LBQ code here for you, and it will also be on the website. Now, the questions on LBQ are from arithmetic style papers, so you will recognise the layout of those. Now, you can obviously write on the screen on LBQ just like you normally do in the lesson, or you can use your books, if you've got any books or any paper at home, to do your working out. Now, I've chose these 2 questions because some of us are not putting our numbers in the correct place value. So this one here, we've got 199 and we are adding 105. Okay, so nice and easy to get us started. And our equals line. Okay, remember you get marks for you showing your working out, so try to show all your working out. 9 add 5, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm going to put my 4 in the ones column, but I need to carry my 1 in the tens column. 9 add 0 is 9, add the 1 is 10. So I'm going to put my 0 from that 10 in the tens column and carry my 1 into my hundreds column. 1 add 1 is 2, add another 1 is 3. So my answer is 304. There we go. Okay, so you can write that in there as well, 304. Next question, then we've got a subtraction. Now, just like that's different to addition, it doesn't matter what number goes first in addition, but subtraction, it does matter. We need to make sure that that bigger number goes at the top. So 3,208, and we are subtracting 599. Now that's how some of you may set it out, but just remember that's incorrect, okay? We need to make sure that your 9 from your ones stays in the correct place value, okay? So we're going to have 599. I'm going to move that across so it's all in the correct place value. There we go. And we are subtracting this time. So remember, you should not end up with a number that's bigger because you are making the number smaller. Just put my equal sign in there. There we go. So 8 subtract 9. Oh, I can't do that because 8 is a smaller number. Now please don't do 9 subtract 8. You always start with this top number. 8 subtract 9. I can't do that, so I need to put a line through that 8. And I need to borrow 1 from the 0. Oh, I can't do that because it's 0. So I need to go to my next place value. Okay, don't know why I put a line through my 8. I do apologise. I was meant to put a line through the 0, but I can't do that. So I need to go to my 2. Cross that out. That will then become 1. Because I'm borrowing 1 to go over to my 0. Now I can't just go straight over, I need to go each place value. So I've borrowed 100 and I'm taking that over to my tens column. Now I need to cross that out because I need to borrow 1, I need to exchange. So that is no longer 10, that is now 9. And my 1 that I've just borrowed will go at the top here. So I've got 18. Okay then. So 18 subtract 9. Now if I know my number bond straight away, I know that is 9 because 9 is half of 18. 9 subtract 9, the answer is 0. And then I have got 1 subtract 5, which I cannot do. So I need to go back over, borrow 1 from my 3,000. That becomes 2. And the one that I've just borrowed goes with the 1 that was already there. So that's now 11. 11 subtract 5, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And then finally 2 subtract nothing is 2. Okay, so you may have some questions that will do a lot of exchanging, a lot of borrowing. Please don't forget the rules on how to do that. So if you're stuck on that, come back to this part of the video and watch it. Okay, so don't forget the LBQ code will be on the website, and it will also be on this slide as well when you come to watch it, hopefully. If not, it will be on the website. Okay then, so happy Wednesday, guys. Have a brilliant arithmetic lesson. Okay, so welcome to Thursday the 14th of January's arithmetic lesson. And today you are going to be doing 20 questions from a stats paper style, okay? So I have chosen long multiplication and long division. Now, we did long division earlier on in the week. So for this question, you are going to go back to Tuesday's, so just rewind all the way back to Tuesday's lesson and watch how we did long division there. It's exactly the same, just obviously you just got different numbers. Okay, so we're going to do 785 times 23 today. Oops, here we go. So 785, and we are multiplying that by 23. So this is long multiplication. So you will need to show your working out for this one. Okay, so we start off with our ones column. So 7, looking at this one. 5 times 3 is 15, so I'm going to put my 5 in. There. Okay, and then I'm going to carry my 1. Don't forget about that 1. Now, I carry my 1s up out of the way, so don't forget them. You might want to carry them underneath, but sometimes I find that that's all can get quite jam-packed full of numbers. So I put my number up here, my carry number, just so it's out of the way. Okay, and I'll show you what I do with it once I've used it in a moment. So I've done 5 times by 3, so now I need to move on to 8 times by 3. Remember, you always start off times in your ones number, so forget about these 2 at the moment. So 8 times 3 is 24, add the 1 is 25. So I'm going to put my 5 in again, and I'm going to carry that 2, carry that 2 up to my 700ths. Now I've just used that 1, so to make it nice and clear, I'm going to cross it out. Okay, so then I do 3 times by 7, which is 21. Add the 2 is 23. I've got no more working out to do, so I can just put 23 in there, nice and easy. Okay, so I've just used that 2, so I'm going to put a line through it so I don't get confused. Now, this is where some of you forget to put your placeholder. You need to make sure you put a 0 next because we are multiplying by 20, not 2. Okay, so that 0 goes in to hold that place. And we go back starting with our tens number multiplying by our ones number. So 2 times 5 is 10. So I'm going to put my 0 and then carry my 1. So again, I'm going to carry up here. There we go. 2 times by 8 is 16. Add that 1 is 17. So I'm going to put my 7, making sure all my numbers stay in the correct place value. And I'm going to carry that 1 over to my next number and just cross out that 1 that I've just used. Okay. Next time then is 7 times 2, which is 14. Add the 1 is 15. Got no more working out to do, so I can just write 15 in there like that. I'm going to then cross out that 1 so I know that I've used all of those numbers that I've needed to carry and borrow. So now I need to just make sure I draw my equals line. And then this is where we are going to add. So you do your multiplication first, then you do your adding. Okay, so 5 add 0 is 5. 5 add 0 again is 5. 7 add 3 is 10. So I put my 0. Carry the 1. 5 add 2 is 7. Add the 1 is 8. And then last one, 1 add nothing else is just 1. So my answer is 18,055. There we go. Don't forget to write your answer in the answer box. Remember, you can't get a mark if your answer's not in the answer box. So go back and have a look at Tuesday's lesson for long division. Don't forget to partition that divisor first, and then use that to help you with your long division. Okay. I hope that all goes well for you, Year 6. I know that you will absolutely smash it. Bye. Hello there, Year 6. It's Friday the 15th of January, and today you have got 10 questions that you are going to complete. Now, I've just popped on here because you should be able to look at your fractions multiplying by whole numbers from Monday's lesson. You have got your long division from Tuesday's and Thursday's lesson. You have got your subtraction decimal points from last week's maths lesson. You've got long division there again. The only two that I've come on to show you is percentages. So you've got 3 percentages here. Now, percentage equals out of 100. Okay, so from this week's maths lesson, I will know that 11% of 100, so if I did 11 over 100, okay, so that's what 11% would be. So you then would be able to divide by the denominator times by the numerator. You would be able to work out a fraction of an amount. Okay, so if you can convert these percentages into fractions, you can then do fraction of an amount, where we need to divide by the denominator and then multiply by the numerator. Okay, so that will help you with those 3 questions. So for example, 11 over 100, if I divide by my denominator, so my denominator is 100, so I do 700 divided by 100, I know the answer is 7. Then I multiply by my numerator is 11, so 7 times 11, nice and easy, 77. Okay, so turn your percentages into fractions out of 100, because percentage means out of 100, and then you can find fraction of an amount by dividing by the denominator and then multiplying by the numerator. Okay, I hope that's all okay for you. Remember, if you are stuck, please let your teacher know and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Enjoy your Friday arithmetic lesson, Year 6. You made it to the end of the week. Well done. Bye.